Princess Zara stood on the crystal balcony of her floating palace, watching the strange ship crash into the purple waters below. Her silver skin shimmered in the twin suns' light as she studied the smoking metal object with curious violet eyes. The ship was unlike anything she had seen before, made of crude metals and burning fuels instead of the elegant biocrystals her people used. It sank quickly into the depths of the eternal ocean, but she could sense life inside, something powerful and different. Zara dove from her balcony, her body changing as she hit the water. Gills opened along her neck and webbing grew between her fingers. She was a Nereid, the ocean people who ruled this world for 10,000 years. No other species had ever survived contact with their advanced civilization. The ship lay broken on the sea floor, glowing with strange energy. Zara swam closer and saw him through the cracked viewing port. A creature unlike any in the known galaxy. Tall and muscular, with dark hair and skin that looked rough compared to her smooth silver flesh. He was unconscious but alive, trapped in his primitive breathing gear. Without thinking, she tore open the ship wall with her bare hands. The metal bent like paper under her enhanced strength. She pulled him from the wreckage, noting how heavy and solid he felt compared to her people. His body radiated heat that warmed the cold ocean depths. Swimming to the surface, she carried him to her private beach. The healing crystals in the sand would help him survive. She laid him down and studied his face, strong features and scars that spoke of many battles. His clothes were made of woven plant fibers instead of living biomaterials. When he opened his eyes, they were blue, like the deep ocean. Zara had never seen such a color in living beings before. He looked at her with wonder and fear, sitting up quickly despite his injuries. "Where am I?" he asked in a strange musical language that her translator implants decoded. Instantly, "You are in my domain, human," she replied using his tongue. "I am Princess Zara of the Nereid Empire. What brings your kind to our protected space?" The human, whose name was Ryan, looked around at the crystal formations and floating islands above. "My ship was damaged in a solar storm. I was exploring this sector for the Earth Alliance. I thought this system was empty." Zara felt a thrill at his words. Earth Alliance meant there were more like him. A whole civilization of these fascinating creatures. She had spent centuries bored with her perfect immortal life, ruling over subjects who feared and worshipped her. This human showed no such reverence in his eyes, only curiosity and strength. "Your kind interests me," she said, moving closer. "The Galactic Council declared humans extinct long ago after your wars with the Machine Collective. Yet here you are alive and traveling the stars." Ryan stood slowly, testing his legs. "Reports of our death were greatly exaggerated. We learned to hide and rebuild. We are stronger now." The way he said it with quiet pride and determination made Zara's heart beat faster. Her people were powerful but had grown soft over the millennia. This human carried himself like a warrior, despite being stranded and injured on an alien world. "You will stay as my guest while your ship is repaired," she declared, though she had no intention of letting him leave so easily. Over the following days, Zara showed Ryan her kingdom, the floating cities powered by ocean currents, the gardens where crystal trees grew in impossible spirals, the great libraries containing the wisdom of 100 conquered species. Ryan was impressed but not intimidated. He asked intelligent questions about their technology and shared stories of human innovation. Zara learned how his people had survived extinction through cleverness and determination. They had built hidden colonies and developed new technologies while pretending to be primitive. "Your people fascinate me," Zara admitted as they walked through her palace gardens. "We Nereids have ruled through superior strength and technology, but humans seem to rule through will and creativity." "We had to learn," Ryan said, touching one of the crystal flowers. "When you are the weakest, you must become the smartest. When everyone counts you out, you must prove them wrong." That night, Zara made her decision. She had lived for over 2,000 years and never found anyone who challenged her mind the way this human did. His people were still rebuilding their civilization. They needed powerful allies and protection. She summoned her High Council, The ancient Nereids who advised her, they appeared as holograms of light, their forms shifting between solid and energy. "Princess, the human cannot be allowed to leave," spoke Elder Vane. "He has seen too much of our secrets. The Galactic Council would use this knowledge against us." "I agree," Zara said calmly, "but not for the reasons you think. Ryan will stay, because I choose him as my consort." The council erupted in protests. No alien had ever been granted such honor. The bloodline of the Nereid royalty had remained pure for millennia. "He is primitive," hissed Elder Keth. "His lifespan is barely a century, while we live forever. His people are barbarians who destroy their own worlds." "His people are survivors," Zara countered. "They have something we have lost: the fire to fight against impossible odds. I have watched our empire grow stagnant. We rule through fear, but humans inspire loyalty through hope." She dismissed the council and went to find Ryan. He was standing on the beach looking up at the stars, probably thinking of home and his people. "You seem troubled," she said, joining him. "I was thinking about my mission," Ryan admitted. "My ship carried important data about collective movements. If I don't return, the Alliance will think the worst." "What if you could return with something better than data?" Zara asked. "What if you brought them AI? Treaty with the most powerful empire in this sector." Ryan turned to her with surprise. "You would ally with humans after hiding from the galaxy for so long." "I would ally with you," she said, moving closer. "Your people need protection, and we need purpose. You could rule beside me as my chosen consort. Unite our civilizations." The offer hung between them like a challenge. Ryan looked into her violet eyes, seeing the loneliness of centuries and the hope for something new. "The High Council will never accept it," he said. "The High Council serves me," Zara replied with royal authority, "and I have chosen you." She took his hand and led him into the palace. The great throne room was filled with bioluminescent coral that pulsed with her heartbeat. At the center stood two thrones, one carved from black pearl for the ruler, and one of white coral that had remained empty for millennia. "No Nereid prince was ever worthy of that seat," Zara explained. "But you are not Nereid. You are something new, something that could help us become more than conquerors." Ryan looked at the throne, then at the woman who offered to share her kingdom. "And if I accept, what happens to my people?" "They become our allies," Zara promised. "The combined fleets of Nereid and human will protect both our civilizations. We will share technology and knowledge. Your people will have worlds to colonize and protection from the collective." "And you?" Ryan asked. "What do you gain from this?" Zara smiled, showing teeth like pearls. "A partner who will challenge me. A consort who sees me as more than a goddess to worship. I gain the chance to love someone who chose me freely, rather than served me from duty." Ryan considered her offer, knowing it would change the fate of both their species. The Nereid Empire was vast and powerful while humanity was still rebuilding, but together they could become something unprecedented. "I accept," he said, taking her hand, "but my people must remain free to govern themselves." "Of course," Zara agreed. "You will be my equal, not my subject." She led him to the white throne and gestured for him to sit. The moment he touched the coral, it began to glow with warm light, responding to his human life force. The throne changed shape, molding itself to his form. Throughout the palace, guards and servants felt the change. Their princess had chosen a mate, and their empire would never be the same. The human who had crashed into their world had become their future king. Zara took her place on the black throne and activated the palace communication systems. Her image appeared in every Nereid city, across 100 worlds. "Citizens of the Empire," she announced, "I present Ryan of Earth, my chosen consort, and your future co-ruler. Together we will forge a new age where Nereid wisdom guides human courage and human innovation strengthens Nereid power." The response was mixed. Some cheered at the promise of new adventures. Others worried about change after millennia of tradition, but none dared oppose their beloved princess. Ryan squeezed Zara's hand, knowing that their union would face many challenges. The Galactic Council would not welcome the return of humanity, backed by Nereid might. The Machine Collective would see them as a threat. Other alien civilizations would test their resolve. But looking at Zara, he felt ready for whatever came. They would face it together. The Ocean Princess and the Star Wanderer, building something new. From the ashes of the old, the twin. Sun set over the eternal ocean, painting the sky in shades of purple and gold. From the Crystal Palace, they could see the combined fleets gathering human ships alongside Nereid vessels, preparing to announce their alliance to the galaxy. He had entered her kingdom as a castaway, but she had declared him her own. Now they would rule together, and the stars themselves would remember their names.